How you doing? I got the headphones on today. Gonna have no echo today, y'all. I'm trying my best because I begged, stolen, and borrowed some headphones from Terry because that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like a Sunday morning. I see y'all out there. We got Terry in the studio. I don't know if you can hear it because I have the headphones in. Can you hear my music, Terry? That's what happens. It's always something. I get to hear Lionel Richie and y'all don't. It's all up in my head. Watch it. Y'all hear it now? Can't hear it now. I tell you. Yeah, get one thing, you lose another. Might not even be able to hear me. You hear me? And you hear Lionel too? Just me? Now I hear Lionel through my headset. Everything's coming in. How you doing, Miss Patrick? You know you easy. She in Virginia Beach. Yes, indeed. Hello, right back at you. How, how you doing, Mr. Amos? He's in the mountains of Virginia. We got the Virginia Beach. We're going all the way across Virginia. We're doing it. I know. No, Mr. Amos says he hears no music. It's the truth. I don't know. It's all up in my head though, because he's Mr. Audio Engineer. How you doing, Miss Fleming? It's so good to see you. But I bet when I let Terry in, y'all are gonna hear her better because he said, what she said? Oh, you outside DC today? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes, indeed. I have to go to there. I have to go to Chantilly. What you know about Chantilly, Terry? What you know
Not
about
a
Chantilly?
not a lot. Not that comes to mind.
I don't know if they can hear. I don't know if they can hear. Can y'all? I want to make sure everybody can hear. So make sure y'all let me know if you can hear Terry, because I can hear you great, but I can hear you in my headset, and I don't know if
Okay.
that means everybody else can hear you. But I can't see your camera. And then, oh yes, indeed, Mr. Amos, make sure. Please let me know if you can hear Terry. Then, oh, he can hear you. I might be on to something.
All right now.
Oh goodness! Somebody said Maurice Jefferson said he can only, but she might not be talking, Mr. Jefferson. He said I can only hear you. The look, but if Mr. Amos says he can hear Terry, he can hear Terry because Mr. Jefferson, you should be in the studio. How you how you doing, Miss Davis? Turn on your camera so you can come in because we're about to look at a naked body right here at Afroeconomics.
Oh,
I'm about to share the screen for the first time. We're gonna look at a naked body. Y'all, we're about to do some recomposition.
uh-oh.
Yes. We're going all the way live. Uh-oh, that's right, Miss Davis. Miss Davis said we're gonna do some naked bodies. That's right. We're gonna do, we're gonna do some recompositioning. I want to get us right to it because this is something that was Terry inspired because one time we were talking and someone um we were talking about like what we can do in life And I said, well, we can do it with our money too. Because you all know about the 10th principle of Afroeconomics, Black health and Black wealth. Well, you can take your health technique and put that into our wealth technique. They're like, wow, it's amazing. Yes, we can. See, because the most amazing thing that you can do with your health is to recomposition your body. And that's why your body mass index, though it is used a lot, doesn't tell you everything about your health. It is one indicator of health, but it doesn't tell you exactly if you're healthy or not. Like Mr. Amos is really into his health, but he really, knows that as he does more resistance training, what will happen is he'll be like this guy in the picture where he'll be 165, like this young man is here. And I'm going to give a shout out to his website. It's adventurefitness.club. So it's adventurefitness.club. So I'm not going to just just take your, look, just use you like this. Can you all see when I do my little hand on his picture? Can you see me pointing at 165 pounds?
Yes.
Great. So wonderful. I love that I had the headsets because it really does take out that echo. So he's over here where he started and he was 165. And this is like you making $4,000 or $10,000 a month or $2,000 a month. And you're just spending it inefficiently. So he's not doing anything but eating popcorn and candy and not exercising. And then he started saying, I want to lose fat and I want to build muscle. And some people say, I want to get rid of debt and I want to build wealth. But first, I want to just get rid of debt. But I'm arguing with income recomposition that you can do them both at the same time, just like you can do this at the same time. That's why it has same time. You all feel me on this parallel I'm doing here?
Yes.
We can do these things at the same time. You can make massive movements in your financial life at the same time. You can stop being broke at the same time as you start becoming wealthy. You can immediately stop wasting your money. You don't have to continue to add to the credit card. So when he started doing this, he said, I have to stop eating that same food. You have to immediately stop doing the same thing. You cannot do the same thing and expect the different results. All of his habits had to change. Everything had to change. Everything that was going in had to change in order to create this output. Everything had to change. So he had to pick up the resistance exercises so that he could build the muscle. And he had to change his diet and increase his cardio in order to burn the fat. All of this at the same time. You didn't have to, I saw one lady did a video and she said, so I went through a phase where I lost fat. Then I went back and I built muscle. No, you don't have to do that. Last year, I lost 50 pounds of fat and maintained all of, by the grace of God, my muscle. But in order to do that, you have to do extensive amount of efficient holding on to the muscle that you have. Because when you're already a builder, I was already into resistance exercising, it had to hold on. I had to keep the muscle that I have and try to build on to there. So, like you'll see, some people are just, he had the problem of already being small. Some people they have a lot of money, like Whitney Houston, and they have too much debt. So they have huge amounts of income, but they're still broke. That's the big fat person that has a lot of muscle, but they have too much fat. That's where I was. So I had to get the fat off. They may have all this income, and they have all this house, all this car, all this stuff, but they die broke. And people are like, how in the world did they die broke? How are they, you know what I'm saying? How is this happening? Because we only think of broke as the person who's sitting at the bus stop. Like, you only think of this person as the person that needs to get into shape. Especially for men, like they only think of this person, but there's actually big fat people, big fat men that need to get the fat off, that need to get down to this lean part so that it will get away from their heart and their vital organs. The fat is killing it. And the fat is what? The debt. The fat is the unnecessary debt, the thousands of shoes, the thousands of pants, the thousands of shirts, the thousands of cars, the truck, the mini truck, the big truck, the small car, the 2-door, the 4-door, the truck for the little kid, the truck for the big kid, the truck for the dog, the truck for literally. People have trucks for their dogs, truck for the cat, truck for the. That's the fact. That's the fact. If you want it to get recompositioned, we have to figure out. So it's the same amount of income, it's the same weight, it's the same portfolio, it's the same income, but which one you want to be? Which one you want to be? Somebody out there is happy with this. This guy just wanted more. Somebody out there is happy. They had this picture going around with Mary J, and they keep talking about like body shaming. They're body shaming. And the person who is sending the picture around is the one that's body shaming. And I don't understand why someone doesn't say, why don't you take this picture down? You're the one that's body shaming. But instead, we keep allowing them to put this picture up with Mary J. Blige, and her butt all in the picture. And, it's not body shaming unless Mary J. is ashamed of her body. And if she was ashamed of her body, she wouldn't have been out there, because she knows y'all are always out there taking pictures. And how do we even know that's her? But that is a prime example of a person that could do body recomposition. And if her finances are like that, she's in trouble. she's in trouble. And people with that type of money who don't have their health straight, you have to kind of think, how could their money be straight? How could, like, you know, how could you, like, the first part of your income should go to your health. And that's the first thing that we skip over. People will go into deeper debt and say, I'll get another job. They'll go get another car and go get a second job. And what will that do? Move you farther and farther away from your most healthy self. So you're going to deteriorate, and it's going to reduce your chances of having a healthy composition, because it's going to create more stress in your life. And a more stressful life is going to create an increased likelihood that your relationships are going to fall apart. If you're working more jobs, then if you do have a marriage, you're reducing the chances that it's going to work. Right? Am I making sense? So if you have to go through a divorce, then that's going to be an expense. That's fact. So we should start, like, looking at things that are coming out of our income that are unnecessary as fact. No, and the earlier in life, the better. Because if we look back at our life and look at the stuff that we have wasted our time on, because when you're young, your time is your greatest asset, because you have this benefit of time. And and if we don't use our time efficiently, then we're at this disadvantage. No, and I remember, like, getting out of school, and I took a couple of semesters off, and I went right back and got my master's. And then, people were like, why are you doing that? You can do that anytime. But then, my thing is, like, why not? What else is there to do? And then after I, finished that, I should have just kept on. But I allowed a relationship to stop it. Like, and I remember him saying, like, why? Why would you keep going? It's not going to change your income, not at all. And I was like, that's true. But now I am finishing my PhD, and it's still not going to change my income, but I just enjoy learning. And I'm doing what I want to do. And I have never done anything that can help me and someone else that did not end up being a valuable experience. Because I remember when I got my master's, and everybody kept saying, you don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need that. And right after I got it, I was like, wow, I'm glad I got that. I'm glad I got that. I'm glad I got that. Like, why not? Like, and then there's this thing where I put a section in the book about, as you get older, it's not worth it for you to go and get, additional education, that, because you don't have the time to work in order to get it, to use it, to get the value out of it. But that is assuming that everything else you're doing with your money is cost effective. So now, looking at that, I would have to add on to that paragraph. What the hell are you doing with the rest of your money? So if you're not doing anything else with your money, like if you're saying, I'm not getting this certificate in this, or I'm not going to go on to this program because of this, or I'm not so and so because I'm so old, but you got that Lexus or you got that Benz. Then, so that's important. So that's going to pay off, but getting the knowledge is, come on. I mean, 100,000 on a car or 100,000 on some knowledge that even if all you did was just earn knowledge for the rest of your life and then you died and it was in your obituary. Like, at least my cousin, that's what happened with my cousin. She died like right after in a fire. She graduated and then she died. But you know what? She was proud. I'm sure in heaven she was like, damn, I'm so glad I got my degree. She wasn't mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she was glad that it was in her obituary. Or somebody's like, well, shit. She ain't got to pay one of them loans back you did. You ain't got to worry about it. That's one thing you ain't got to worry about. So if you do live, and you live another 30 years, it will pay off for you. So anyway, like, you can win. But if you use that same money and waste it on credit card debt, suits, hair weave, a car, some stupid shit, it is not going to pay off. I guarantee it. Not at all. Nothing. It is not an asset. Even if you just use it and start your own business, do something productive. But I'm going to tell you, they're not going to give you any money to start a business. At least they'll give you money to get a degree. Sad but true. And depending on who's president, they might give you money back. That's something. So we got that, and it's an investment that you can make pay off for yourself. So every dollar, if we looked at every dollar that we spend like that, that's the way we should look at it. And Lord knows we should look at every bit of our time. And that's the way I look at my time now. So after my husband left me, I was like, okay, he's gone. I'm going to school, do everything that I want to do for myself. Because when he was here, I was always doing something for him. Cooking, cleaning, always trying to make sure he was happy. Sitting there watching some TV show I didn't want to see because I thought I had to be the good wife. Sitting here, being good. You know, everybody's like, you got to be there for your husband, you know? And I'm like, seeing my life like just pass by. Thank God he left. I mean, literally, that's how I feel. I feel like my life started again. I am so thankful. Lord, when he said that he was leaving, I was like, how fast can you leave? Do it swiftly, like Jesus said. To Judas, it was like, there's a traitor among us. Do what you got to do. Do it swift, because we got to move forward with our life. Move forward. And too many people don't realize that you don't have the time to waste your life. So you sit there just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. Lord, it's ridiculous. You know, you cannot talk anybody into being on board with what is important and what your goals are. but you better get on board with what is important to you, or you will end up broke. And I mean, and it is frightening when you look at the numbers of people in our community that are broke. And they are laying off people left and right. We need to have some money saved. And we have a member, and it gave me pleasure that I could send him and his wife money because they're both sick. And I thank God that I can look out, you know what I mean, for people that way. But if you can't, if you are not in a position, you can't even take care of yourself. You can't do anything for anybody else. And we have to stop like doing that. But, and take it seriously. Like with COVID, they sent out that $1,200 and stuff because the majority of Americans did not have $1,200. And then people started getting the money and celebrating and acting like it was really some money, Miss Spencer. Turn on your camera so I can let you come on up. Miss Spencer, turn on your camera. But it's like, it's ridiculous. Like we have to. How you doing? How are y'all doing? I see y'all over there. I see you. I'm gonna let everybody's making chats. Anthony Amos laughing at me. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get my logo off your face. Usually it's me. Oh, it's on my own face. But this is, I can appreciate this graphic, and I was like, that this guy is just like, he changed his life, and it changed the way he looked. But I'm sure it changed everything about him. And on the news today, they ran an article about how, exercise improves people's brain function. But, we know that in Afroeconomics because I've already done a workshop on that, and my track coach, because I just signed up for the USA track and field team, and the track coach, thank you, the track coach and Terry, exactly. We're going to get you out there, Miss Distance Runner.
No, I'm a sprinter. I'm a sprinter.
Oh, good. Good. You did the marathon. You did the marathon.
Well, but that's once every 5 years.
Exactly.
And it was hard, but hey, I did it.
Exactly.
I think if I did it more, maybe I could be, more.
Exactly. You a sprinter and you gonna get run down because that's me. I'm gonna run you over, pretty little girl. I'm gonna run you down. You're gonna be in the dust. You're gonna be terrible. You're gonna be like crying. I'll be like, look at her. Exactly. I'm gonna be like, you might as well stand over there and cheerlead again. Cheerlead.
That sounds like a challenge.
Cheerleader. Let her cheer. Get back in your place.
Oh, yeah. And that sounds like a challenge. And I need that.
Exactly. Get her back over there. Exactly. Yes. So the coach is like in his 70s.
Oh, wow.
In his 70s, yes. He looks great. And I'm thinking, oh, gosh. Oh, it made me think about it because his book, and I left it downstairs in my bag. He has a book that he wrote, so I'm going to have to feature it next week. And I left it downstairs because, trying to get my child to hear me talking this loud as he's would be impossible. She was like, I didn't know what you were talking about, Mom. Exactly. But he wrote this book, but he was very, very inspiring to see that brother coaching, and but he wrote this book about where he grew up in New York, and the neighborhood doesn't exist anymore, and he wanted to capture it. but it's like a book. Like the book is thick.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, we're gonna Afroeconomics is we're gonna get him. He gonna be a member, and we're gonna help him, with this book. That is so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Coach Matt. Yeah. So you'll hear more about that. We have to talk to him. Like y'all will be so inspired by him. But his body, he's just a true example of keeping the crap out for a long time and how you can live for a long time. He was in the Marines, he was in the Navy, and and he is still helping people and still coaching. So we can have a really, really long life ahead. And he has degree after degree after degree. Right, Miss Spencer? D, can you grab my briefcase down there? I have this big, thick white book in it. Great, thank you. She heard it. Uh-oh.
You got help.
My college student. Yeah. Oh, look, she said, have you been calling me? So that was God. Look, that God connection. Yes, indeed. So I wanted to share this. Let's just go through some actual notes of how we could recomposition on our own funds and go over. I'm gonna share screen on just my notepad. So let's try that. And then I said I'm gonna see how this one looks, how we actually could do this ourselves. Say it was 4,000 coming in, what you could use to build, what you would use, what money and what things is building and what is crap. So what type of things are building? What's a building thing and what's a crap thing?
Would a building thing be saving?
Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, great.
Paying off the
Okay.
credit card in full
Yeah, so
monthly.
And the crap thing is credit cards, but you still have to, but it's slowing you down because you have to pay it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pulling away from what we can put in this category, but you still have to do it. Yeah, so good point. I don't know how I'm gonna get down here. I'm gonna go down here. Yeah. What is another building thing?
Brokerage account.
Yeah. So let's say stocks. Yeah. Stocks,
ETFs.
ETFs, exchange traded funds. That's what that stands for. And then mutual funds. And then some crap would be, we could break down, this would be on our crap side, let's put the truth. It would be eating out. Correct? We're doing
Lottery tickets.
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, we're doing that all the time. I hear it all the time. I know. Look, what's this?
Casino.
Yeah.
That's a stress reliever, though.
No, it's not. But I think that people you know what I mean? I think people feel that way though. Yeah. They feel like it's I know one lady told me, I was like, we know we need to invest some of that, money that she inherited. And she was like, yeah, right afterwards, I'm going to Maryland Live, but I really don't want to do none of that stock stuff. And I was like, oh, that's too risky. I was like, wait a minute now. You'll do the casino. That's way riskier than stocks. You realize that, right? And she's like, well, I guess so. People don't realize that.
That's that instant gratification.
Yeah, that's so sad. And the farther you get away from instant gratification, the wealthier you're going to be. Even the healthier you're going to be. Cause, you know, remember that marshmallow test, you know, the kids that they gave the marshmallows to, and they gave the little marshmallows, and the kids, they said to the little kids, you know, don't eat the marshmallows till I get back. And if you wait until I get back, I'll give you more. And the little kids that actually had enough discipline to wait until they got back actually were the ones that were more successful in life, because they had already learned earlier about self-discipline. And I remember in high school, someone coming in, and this man from Fort Lee, officer, saying, you have to decide earlier in life that there's just certain things you don't do. And when you decide there's certain things you don't do, then you just stick with them. And I really think that that has been a pillar of my life. You know, with everything that I've been through, I've never drank. That is like, that has just been my rule. But I mean, that's just thing, you know, but by not doing that, it has really probably saved my life. Like, I probably could have lost my mind. Like, everybody's not like you, Miss Davis. Like, maybe I would have been an alcoholic or something. And I also remember in high school having a boyfriend that said, you're too good for that. And he was smoking weed, and he said, you don't do that. You're too good for that. So whenever it was presented to me after that, I said, I'm too good for that. To myself.
Yes.
Because he said that to me. And unfortunately, years later, he ended up dying from drug-related, but he never wanted me involved in that. And he saved my life. And I told his mom that, like, because I didn't want his, like, death, for her to not know what good a man he was. It was like, you know what I mean? He's a good man. Like sometimes, you know, people only see the bad part, but he might have not done a good job with his own, but he saved mine. Like, but that discipline that, you know, and that's why I think it's so important that people give their children self-esteem. Like, it was really important for me to be that one for my daughter, because it's real dangerous not, you know, that I got that away from home, because I could have got something totally different. You know how dangerous that is? They could have said, take this. And y'all wouldn't even know me. So, like, we need to, on the build category, like, it's priceless. If you, I don't know how you put it in there, but if you have children, we need to raise our children. And I remember, you know, with my daughter, like, I had to set her as a priority. I never hired people to pick her up. I never hired people to do that. I had to give up a lot of income, but I would go to DC office and run back to get back in time to get her. Like, you know, like, it was like, I was an impossible feat, but I was like, I'm doing it. And it was like, so it cut out my day a lot, but I knew that nobody would be able to do it for her like I would be able to do it. Like, you can't buy love. You can't. You just can't. You know, so in exchange, I was like, I'm going to have to take her out of private school. You know, if I was all about just money, then I could leave her in private school. But I was like, I'm going to have to take her out of private school, reduce my income, reduce our expenses, take the fat out, and invest in my child. And then that has just become a lifestyle for me now. So now I'm so used to sacrificing that when her tuition, comes, like, it's like I just find pleasure in, like, writing the check. Just feel like it's just what I gotta do. But we just, like, that's the way it should be. But we got, that's how you build. Because if you don't save for that, and if you don't have the money for that, then you're going to have to deal with that. Like, if we don't fully equip our children to take care of themselves, then that's going to be your responsibility forever. Like, I have a client now that I'm really worried about because I want her to retire, but all of her adult children, she still has to work because all of her adult children are in her pocket. That's a lot. Like, that's a lot. And like and it's still, like, to be a single parent, for, it was 18 years is a long time. Now you're going into 40 and 50 years. Goodness. Y'all feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we have to, that in order to do that, this crap laying, especially while they're young, cannot, your, crap category cannot be thick. Going out, wasting money, and cable, and going out, and then I'm gonna get rid of cable, but then you gotta have every app that's ever created. What's that about, right? What's you say? Laughing at your statement about, oh, right? How fast he left, exactly. Exactly. Do it. Recreational shopping, exactly. No. But what about, like, just the pressure that some people give people? Like people pressure people. People pressure people like me to spend. You don't understand, Miss Spencer. I get peer pressure. I get pressured. I got hot out. Like, they want me to spend more money. And then the older I get, the less interested I am in spending money on stuff like that. I'd much rather give money away. I mean, really, I would much rather help someone than, like, buy. Like, I used to, like, do stupid stuff, like go in Nordstrom's and buy $600 St. John jacket and stuff like that. Remember, like that, and it would, like, bring me pleasure.
But JB, when you get to a certain age and you really, kind of look around, and y'all forgive me for saying it this way, but you should have enough shit already.
Exactly.
Don't go out and buy more shit. You should have enough of that. You got 3 of these, they're different colors. You're probably only going to wear one. It's not going to be the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, purple, the green, the red.
Right. And I don't even want it. Like, now I want, like, workout stuff.
But people don't.
I want Look, exactly. I want red and black workout stuff in size medium, preferably, that fits. Look, why don't you buy where it
Baby, people
fits?
don't
I
see.
don't know.
People don't see until they see.
Huh? What'd you say? They don't
I
see
said
until they
people don't
see.
see until I said, I said people don't see until they see. Like you didn't see at the time that you were doing it. So like sometimes
That's
people don't
right.
see until they see.
Exactly. Exactly. That's right. You, the Mr. Newell, can you hear me now? He said something happened to my voice. I don't know. I hope he can hear me. But yeah, you're right. And then I think that my need to appease, like it was never important to me personally, but I literally was pressured about my presentation. Like I would receive like complaints, like from people like that, um, about everything. Like if I would spend a lot of money, then everybody would be satisfied. But if I don't spend a lot of money, I'm not even exaggerating. It makes some people uncomfortable. That is really sad. That is really sad. Like they have like a certain expectation of what they want us, to do, that, or what they want you to do, or what they want you to pull up in, or what they want you to drive, and stuff like that. And that is really sad. And then I had to get to the point where it's like, I'm not going to address that anymore. I'm not going to address that anymore. And then what really brought it to my attention was going to speak at a school one day. And these little kids said, "What you drive?" And I said, "Why?" And they said, "What you drive?" And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Well, what kind of car you drive?" Because, they really thought like that's how you tell how somebody's rich. And at that time, I was driving like a S500, Mercedes. And I said, S500, Mercedes. And they were like, oh, like, oh my God, like, she must really be like, oh, okay. We'll listen to her now. We listen to her now. But that's really sad. And I was like, that's pretty much where the adult mindset is as well. And they just don't realize that is sad. I have heard, especially women, say like, "Oh, he's doing real good. He's doing real good. I know he can do so and such for me because he work at so and such and he drive a so and such and he know he can help me more than that." And then I'll say, "Well, why do you say that?" Because you don't know what bills he has. And that car has a payment and he has a mortgage or rent, or he has other bills, like, and then he might have things, alimony, or he might have child support, and I was like, I don't know, he might not be able to help you. He might be telling you the truth. But because of the car, they see that as successful. No, or even this, like, lack of the house. They see that as not successful. If he doesn't have the mortgage debt. No, that means like he's not successful if he doesn't have a house. No, and that's not, true. So like there's so many other things. Like over here on the build side, we don't have, mortgage on there or rent on there, or, that where they say, if you're paying rent, you're throwing away money. Like, that is such a misnomer and misleading, because you would really have to know what else are they doing with the rest of their money. Does that make sense? Because there's a whole bunch of people who have a mortgage who are broke.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of people who rent and are broke. But for some people, especially our community, the only thing they do right is buy a house. But for a person who knows better, they can rent. And if they're maximizing their other investments or buying rental properties, or, and doing other things, what I'm saying? And because they are just single person and they don't want a house, like, that renting is not an indication of lack of wealth. It's just a decision. So, like, it's, like that, like these, like the things that we're using as indicators of what money looks like is keeping us broke. And it's leading us into, making bad decisions. But, and then a lot of times, like, in presenting ourselves, we're presenting ourselves in ways that we don't really, we shouldn't be doing. And then, and we're becoming too materialistic. Like your income recomposition commitment should be to become all natural. To be whole, to be holistic, just like in health, just like in our health parallel that we're talking about, like that's how God led me. That's how I that's how I recompositioned myself, just by no diet plan, no counting calories at all. I just committed to cooking my food and not ordering out at all. And I just eat my own food. That's it. And that's it. Like, just whole food. That's it. And no sugar, no pasta, no bread, no processed food. Whole. And if we did that with our money, if we only bought what we can afford, what we can digest, how different our life would be. If we saved up for what we needed, if we just saved up and bought the car that we could save up for. And if we couldn't afford a car, we got on the bus. Like in the old days when they wouldn't give us any financing, right? We had to get on the bus, or we had to carpool. No, then they started financing stuff because they wanted us to come work farther distances. So they said, will you finance that car for them so they could come out here and work? And then all we do is work and then give the money right back to the finance company. It's so sad. Like, I wonder how much money do we really get to keep after we finish just financing this lifestyle that we're presenting to the world. How much holistically, like that's how I felt about the PPP stuff. That's why I didn't go and try to get any of the government money. You know, I was just like, I'm just going to get through this holistically, just like I started it. I didn't go look for some loan to start the business. I went to work holistically. No, I just believe that God will get us through. No, like this past year, when I felt like, you know, what is going on? I closed my eyes and God came to me in a dream. He held me and God said, be faithful. That's all God said, was be faithful. So whenever I'm in doubt, that's all I remember. That's all he said, was be faithful. That's it. Is that we have to keep the faith in him to keep moving, not get another job, not hope you're gonna get that loan, not like try to be something that you're not anything. Just be faithful, be true. Just keep it real. Just be true to yourself. All you got is 4,000, then that's it. That's all you spend. That's it. And less than that. We have to like totally change our mindset, change the programming that has been given to us. Right? To totally change and become like, we can become the most disciplined person that we've ever met. No, that's my goal. To, you know, just to become that great person that I always wanted to be. Not the doubter, but to be that, you know, to shock them. To shock them. Every person that ever doubted you, that ever thought you weren't going to make it, so when they see you, let them be amazed that you made it off that little that you were faithful over. Not off the fluff of what you were trying to create, but off that little that God can like hugely multiply it. It is amazing what we can do with what we have. Like there's like times where I'm like, okay, I know I have Channel 6 Monday, but I'm not going to buy anything from anybody's mall. No, I'm not. Ain't gonna happen. And I go right to my closet and then I find it. Every time. Every time. Like you said, Ms. Davis, like it's in there. It's in there. But before I will go, I'm gonna go to the mall. I mean, every time I will buy something new. There were times I have like the same Calvin Klein black pants in like 3 different sizes. I'm like, what in the world? And I didn't even know I did it. That's just crap. Now I don't even like them. Now all of them are too big. Like, we really need to like just check out what you already have. Don't buy anything else. Like one of our members, like she works retail and she talks to me about how we go in there buying all of them name brand purses and stuff. I don't even know the last time I bought a purse. No. You might get me in there, get me a Toomey briefcase, you know, but the Toomies I already have. Like, I bring them in there. All they're gonna do is hook them up. You do stuff like that? No, those are investment pieces. You take it in there, they fix your wheels, they do your stuff, they hook it up, they so and so, because they know this woman spent some money when she bought this. And then you only have to buy anything else. It's like lifetime guarantee or something they have on it. You keep on moving. Yeah. You carry a no-name. You should. You retired. Talking about she carry a no-name backpack. Ain't nobody looking at your backpack. I better not see you in no Toomey store. I'm gonna make you buy me one. Oh, you tell me when you going in the Toomey store. I'm like, you tell this person that JB wants that backpack right there. I got me a Toomey backpack. It fits right up on my roll one. You see me go through the airport with it. And I got a little tag that says JB. Yes, I do. Yes, exactly. But I bet I'll have it when I'm 80 years old, too. They'll be like, you still have that, JB? Yes, I do. But they do. Look, till the wheels fall off, literally. I know. Indeed. So Miss Person, give me one. Hey, man. Another, and we'll be on that thing. Look, that whip around, that thing with the Toomey cart, with our backpacks, chilling. But definitely no more, and don't skip that, the casino thing. Bad for your health, bad for your wallet, just bad. Definitely, just not the idea of what we should be doing as far as how you're enjoying your best life, right? Like just think about if you in there and then the calories that you'll consume and the lack of activity that you're getting during that time. If you do that, and then you make that like a habit and the impact that it actually could have on your health over the long term, if that becomes even a once a month, and then you go check your A1C. Like it just amazes me how sensitive that A1C is, and everybody knows what the A1C is, right? Where it monitors your blood sugar over the long period of time. And then, so when they go we're going to check your blood, you go to the doctor and stuff. Like I check mine every 90 days. And so when you're, going in there, it's going to consistently, those type of things are going to bring your blood sugar up. And that is going to impact, that is on the crack lane. Yeah. Well, this person is saying Petersburg's will have one. Yeah. But Petersburg can have one. And forever it's going to be around us. But we're talking about we can even be in there, but we don't have to be the ones that do it. Look, he said we can be in it, but not of it. Look, you just go in there, listen to the music, dance in the corner or the dance floor, and walk right on through. Dude, when I walk through, look, and you got sauce too, and dip. But if you start sitting in the chair, you ain't gonna be able to dip. No.
You have to manage self-control.
Yes. And sitting there will make you feel like you're the one with the control. But the person over there dancing is the one that actually has the control, because they actually can move.
Well, I control myself by not taking as much. and sometimes I win. That's just my story.
Oh, you mean when you go, like when you go exercise control, like have like only a little bit of money
Exactly.
and don't, you know what I mean? Don't consume. You know what I'm saying? And don't consume, or like just do, one. Because
Yeah.
you're not supposed to drink more than one drink a day, So if you're in that environment, what's the likelihood of somebody doing that?
Well, if
You
you don't have
know,
a problem, you may be able to do it.
yeah,
It
but
depends
not even people who don't have a problem, it's probably hard because they're in there all day. And sometimes they start doing it for free, or drinks are only $1. They'll charge you more for a water than they would for a drink at some point, because they know you'll stay longer when you're intoxicated.
Most definitely.
So they're going to do stuff, you know what I mean, to compromise your judgment.
That's why I don't drink when I go. But I do get stress relief, and if I win money, that's getting rid of the fat and building muscle. So reducing the stress and making some money.
Yes, but it's a horrible way. That's a horrible way to release stress. It is that's a horrible way to relieve stress. Like, you definitely should find a more positive outlet. Yeah, there's no compromising on that. I'm not even going to like give you that. I'm going to say no, no, and no. Like, that is like once every 6 months, that's it. Like, maybe once a year, but
Yeah, I don't go often. I don't go often.
Because that is a horrible connection to stress relief.
Yeah, I'm just playing, but I do it in moderation. Anything done in moderation.
No, it's not true. That's not true.
I said, no, well, some things.
Don't say that. Don't say that, though, because that's not true. Think about it.
You don't think some things done in moderation are okay?
But you say, then you changed it to some things, but generally people say everything done in moderation is okay.
Well, I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
But you can't, but who can choose the sum? So, moderation is just not good. Like, things that just are what anything that wastes your money is just not good. Anything that you cannot calculate the risk and it's not based on historical performance or some, like that, it is a waste of money. Like lotto, casino, it's just a blatant waste of money. It is a blatant waste of money. Like, it's like there's zero justification for it. We just have to admit, like, they are making straight bank. It is a huge moneymaker. They win off us. We win. Some people win sometime, but they win hands down. If you looked at the numbers, how much money they make, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I just want to be into sometime.
Yeah, but you'd always win if you don't go. You will win from a health situation and you still have your money. And like, I would love to see you find something like that's just always good for you. Every time, like something that's like, every time I go, I feel good. I feel better when I leave. Every time. That's what you deserve. That's what we deserve. I always feel that way when I go to the gym. That's how I feel when I power lift. And I hope I feel like that when I do track and field. I'm sure I will. But I will not.
You have to let us know. You have to let us know so we can come out and support you.
Yeah, I'm going to get you on that field so you can like, I didn't know you were going up in there like that. Look, Mr. Jenkins says the house never loses. But do you know that according to research, that, and this was before COVID, that Black women, when women of color, including his Latino and Black women, are at the highest risk for becoming addicted to gambling. There was a huge,
I believe that.
There was a big study that came out about it. You know, and it's and like we have to be really careful. You know. Yeah, that and we deserve so much. We deserve so much more, and we control so much of the income of the Black money that Black women could turn around Black wealth if we stop doing stuff like that. If Black women would say, I'm going to get in Afroeconomics and I'm going to do the things that J.B. Bryan is talking about aggressively follow the 10 principles of Afroeconomics, Black wealth would zoom. You know, Black men, they're more adamant about it. They're just much more adamant about it. Like once they find out about it, but more money goes through Black women's hands. And we're not as aggressive about that. We've got to get this right. We've got to get this right. Like, you know, we just kind of, because we just kind of think things will get better or somebody's going to make this right. Like any mistakes that we make, like someone's going to, you know, make it right. Like I've never, ever, ever thought that. And nobody has ever, ever, ever paid one bill for me. Never. Not even like bought a roll of fucking tissue for me. Not one. So I can't conceive that I could waste anything. You see what I'm saying? Like, because I know that in order for me and my daughter to just breathe, I gotta do right. But I know that most women just don't think that. They think that somehow, some way, somebody is gonna come and save them. And they're not. And if they do, they can change their mind. Anytime. And when they change their mind on me, it don't matter. Because their life changes, not mine. I was paying his bills. He won't pay my. Every time I buy groceries, they smaller. I ain't got to worry about it. His future changed. But most women can't say that. Shoot. Yeah, but I mean, she said pick a better partner. But who is a better partner? Who is a better partner than God? My partner is God. Who is better than that? Because I have seen women stay with the same man their entire life and he changed his mind. Come on, LaWanda. Who is the better partner I could have picked? They still can change their mind. Everybody has the right to change their mind. I could have talked him out of it. But why? There's women every day talk their man out of it. Why? Or men talk their women out of it. Why? Men are like me, most of them. They're like, okay, shoot, he's doing it. If you're doing it, why would you talk her out of it? She don't want her bills to be paid, then go. If you pull in the load, why would you talk somebody out of leaving? Your load gets lighter. But all I'm saying is that Anybody can change their mind. And if they're pulling the load and they change their mind, and that happens to women all the time, we cannot afford to be playing around. And then all he can do, the great divorce is real. You cannot have this big crap column and then thinking, like, I mean, I had a meeting earlier this week, and this guy, his income is like 80% of the household income. If he gets tired of her whole lifestyle is going to shift. Then she'll have to go get a lawyer and try to figure out how to get that. And because his income is so high, her Medicare is so big. So they take out of her little Social Security a big portion because his income is so high. But she don't know me, so she don't know this is happening. I said, that poor little lady, like, she don't know. She don't know. She ain't in Afroeconomics. He's smart. We're lost in the sauce. We got to wake up. So look, Lawanda, she picked a better partner. Yep. You know? Yeah, but she better pray to God. I mean, like, things, nobody, you can't control anybody. You got to take care of yourself. You better. The great divorce is no joke. It is tearing women up. They're not true partners. They're not true partners. Yeah, they are. That's pretty much. They're better than the norm. Yeah, they're better than the norm because he pays most things. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah, there are a lot of times a woman's not making the most and she still is carrying a lot of the load. Yeah. So it's, yeah, but it's, it's just God. You just never know. You just never know. But God said, be a good guardian over few things so that he will give you many. We all have to be responsible for what we have, period. Like everybody, like when you don't get married because it might not work. But I'm saying to the single women that you have to be responsible for yourself because you may not ever meet anyone that's going to save the day. That was my thesis statement on that. And then she was saying, I met the wrong person. I didn't meet the wrong person because I wasn't really looking for anyone to change my life economically. I was looking to just help him, really. I did want to help him. That didn't work out for him. I did help him, though. But that was something that I wanted to do for him. That's just me. But that is because I can. I'm blessed that way. But a lot of women can't do that. And there were times in my life when I was younger, I couldn't have done that. But what I'm saying is, don't depend on somebody else coming along to save your life. You can't think like your life is my life or your life is that person's life or your life is like somebody's on BET or, anybody's life, everybody. But We got to play the hand we're dealt. And every dollar that goes through your hand, be thankful and appreciate it. But if you are blessed and you do have a partner, you make sure that you be a good teammate and that you are doing well by your money. That you are maximizing it. Like, don't like waste yours because you think that they got it. Like, they deserve to have a good partner in you. Like, it's all about it. It's all about it. Like, we need to be a strong team. We need to be a strong team. And the bottom line is staying, together is a blessing. So that's a second thesis statement, that staying together, being happy together, working through things together is a blessing. But just don't waste the money, because you never know what's going to happen. Like you could die. They could die. Anything could happen. Amen. Like, anything can happen. Right? Luanda said, wrong pick. I think I was the wrong pick. He picked me. He picked the wrong one. Look, I didn't pick the wrong one. He picked me. He changed his mind. And look, and we have to deal with the consequences. Take it like a woman. Take it like a power lifter and keep on moving. Amen. But that's what we have to do, because we're women and we just have to play it. But thank God I can. But just make sure that we keep the crap list as small as possible. Focus on the build list. We could also add to that, like investing in your own business, like Terry has, and the, I ain't picking on you, Terry, looking all like I'm picking on you. Look, Terry, you okay? Terry, you okay? She look frozen. Is she all right? Oh, her signal was bad. I was like, is she okay?
Maybe her.
Oh, I think it's her signal. You okay?
Sometimes it freezes. Well, I know mine does.
Yeah, exactly. She looks sad over there. But hopefully I hope I talked everybody out of the casino. But I don't mind. I don't mind them having them, because there's people who are fully entertained with them. But I just don't want y'all to be. If we don't look, I don't know. I just want us to not be. But I don't know. We can't. It's gonna happen. I know. I'm gonna see Terry in there, but at least she gonna feel guilty now. She gonna be hiding through the side door. Well, I like the smiley face though. At least she's smiling now.
Yeah, but JB, don't take away all of her fun. Let her have something.
Exactly.
Okay. Can she at least have 5%? Is that too much?
No, that is way too much. Exactly.
Okay, 2.5.
Exactly. No,
2.5 twice a year.
$1. $1.
Yeah, let her have something. She's earned.
You can only take $1 in there a day.
$1. Oh no.
Look, exactly. But if you beat me running, you can spend all the money you want for a week.
So what are we doing? A 50-yard dash? We doing a 50 or
Exactly.
100 yard dash.
We running until I beat you.
What events are you? What do you do?
Exactly. We running like the 100 or something. We running to two. We running until I beat you. Exactly.
We're running to the casino.
I was like, Terry.
We're running to the casino.
Exactly. We running to the front door. Look. When I see you trying to catch me, I'm gonna get a hamstring. You know. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, you know, I was lifting this morning. That's funny though. That's what everybody does. Oh, my hamstring. Exactly.
Well, everyone,
I love you both.
Thanks, JB. Love you.
Thank you so much. Love you more than that. Exactly. Look at Luanda. Luanda talking about she'll talk to me on the sidebar. How's she gonna talk to me on the sidebar after she beat me down like that? Exactly. Look, I'm scared of you. Exactly. Look, Lord. All right, Miss Davis, have a good week.
Yeah, my machine froze.
I know, and then I came in. Exactly.
What events are you doing in track and field?
They want me to do all of the strength stuff. So the shot put and the discus and probably to teach me the long jump.
Okay.
And that, because I have never done them. So they want to teach me, things that'll use my strength. And then
the shot put, the discus, you might be able to throw the javelin. I'm not sure.
He mentioned that, but I don't know what that is. And then
that's this.
Things like that. So I would have to learn. But they have coaches for all of it. And
exactly.
So it would be fun because it would get me outside because I'm inside so much. And we'll be in Atlanta, girl. So I'll be down there. They go everywhere. We might even go to pin relays. So that'll be fun. That's the big one.
Okay. So, now, is that like everywhere, or it could be in different places?
Yeah, it's everywhere because we're in the U.S. Track and Field Association. Yeah. And I'm going to talk more about it because this is his book. She brought me the book and then I didn't talk about it. Reflections of the Winbrook Years. So we're going to talk more Friday and then I'll talk more next week. But Joe Mack. But make sure you all look this up. And the memories of two who know the necessities of friendship and familyhood whenever and wherever we are. Isn't that great?
So,
yes, indeed.
Friday, I probably won't be on at 9 because I'll be in Columbus. I'm attending a funeral on Saturday. So,
wow. Yeah. But it's it's great. But I'll have this and then, but I'll show you, I'll let you know where you can get it. And it's on Amazon. But this is great. Oh my goodness. So you'll love it. I'll also make sure that you all get to meet him too. So inspiring. What a great story. A Marine and a Navy man. I think that's what it's called.
I might get to come on for a minute because I'm landing at 9. So yeah, we'll see.
Nice. Oh, nice. Great. Won't be the same without you. I hope you do. Safe travels too. I love you.
Thank you. All right. Love you too.
Be good.
Right. Good night.
Y'all take care.
Okay.
Good night. Bye-bye. I don't have my music because of the headsets, but the echo was so much better. Echo, there was no echo. But that's the only reason I'm going to figure out how to have both soon.
Okay. I know you will.
That's all right. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Love you, everybody. Bye-bye now. Take care. Bye-bye, Mr. Jefferson. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Miss Golightly. Thank you. Thank you. That's right. That's right. Good night, Mr. Jenkins. That's right. Thank you. Good night. Uh, you know I love you, Luanda. That's indeed. But I ain't gonna meet you on the side. That's indeed. Thank you. Thank you. We're going outside, y'all. We're going outside. Yes, indeed. Good night.